Hello, Steve here. Welcome to Real Health. Who'd have thought health is about what we're eating? Join me on my quest to disseminate my go-to health regimen, the Health 44, my clumsy branding of eliminating 4 classes of food, introducing 4 classes of micronutrients. Bingo, bongo, health sorted. So thank you for your interest. Let's do this.
Welcome again. You've clicked on Processed Food Fallacy. The reason why I've kept it short because the title is going to be too long, sort of thing. It's got the word processed food in there, and but it's not what you're going to expect. So here we go. There's this whole idea of processed food, which is contributing to our chronic disease complex, autoimmune disease, metabolic syndrome complex issues, obesity, and the like, okay? And yes, you could say that. And yes, it is true that people that go vegan become quite healthy quickly. I've heard other stories. Also with the carnivores, ketos and carnivores, same sort of thing. I've lost so much weight and my bloods are all good and this sort of thing. In a short time, great. And that's because you went off the processed foods. Okay. I've also heard that keto and carnivore people are not quite working out their health as well. Okay, so don't worry. Even though I self-disclose that I'm quite heavy keto, heavy in beef, eggs, yogurt, milk, that's heavy keto. I've cut out the keto crack, which is cheese, and I was on grains a year ago, and I'm off all grains now, because even though I advocate for not having glutens, wheat, barley, rye, oats, buckwheat, that sort of thing. Well, buckwheat, yes, and oats doesn't. Google doesn't say it doesn't have gluten, but it still hampers the villi in our small intestine. So what if we don't understand the corn and the rice and the quinoa and flax seeds and all that sort of thing? Well, flax seeds are grain anyway. That's my own experiment to see how I go, and I'm going pretty good. So it's just a quick disclosure with some things there. And yes, I would be now biased towards keto, of course, because I'm not much of a vegetable eater, and you could be a vegan or plant-based person if you eat sweet potato, and then you can avoid your fruit and veg. Those people that want to avoid vegetables, and they'll bananas, mango, mushrooms, then you're with the potato and the sweet potato to fill up those calories that we need, but it's not a good option, you see. So anyway, processed foods, we collectively seem to understand, especially on social media, that seed oils is making us all fat. It's making us all chronically unwell and dying earlier, and autoimmune disease and cancers, polyunsaturated fats, monounsaturated fat, saturated fat, all that sort of thing. And the oils are superheated, and well, yeah, I've done episodes where yes, oils with their superheat, and also burnt animal fat, lard, superheated, is all no good. Pouring butter over your food after it's cooked, while it's cooking okay, but as long as it's not superheated, like I'm talking 120 plus degrees in Celsius. Yeah, do you see where it gets a little bit complicated? Because superheating oils, especially more than 180 degrees. And let's face it, industrial processed oils are way superheated to and the putrid smells that they create and all that sort of thing. There's deodorizing agents and all that. Yes, it is quite risky, detrimental to health, but it's created ample and cheap calories for the populace. So that was the intention a century ago, because it was, especially around war times, it's hard to get calories into people, and the easiest way to get calories into people was oils. Grains were cheaper than meats. Yeah, so that's why grains, the whole Ukrainian Holodomor, it's all around grains. And yeah, grains are important when there's no meat. But we have meat available. It's costly, but historically speaking, it's the cheapest it's ever been. So, so it's not about just the oils. If you're a carnivore and you eat salami or bacon, those processed meats, yeah, nitrates in them. And if you overcook it, trans fats, heterocyclamines, acrylamides are formed. Even your steak, if you do your steak medium rare and above, yeah, there's risks. And even cooking meat is a type of processing. For the protein powder people out there, that is processing. Yeah. I still have some protein powder which I need to use up, because I bought a heap some time back and I'm just using it up. But when that's gone, I'm not going to buy any more protein powder. So that's another experiment that I'm testing out on myself. When that's gone, I'll see how I go with less protein intake. At this rate, I'll see how I go with 100 grams less protein in a day. Yeah, that's how much is going into me. And so if you want to poo-poo processed foods, the creatine, the protein powder people, the vegans, if you're eating nut meats and that sort of thing, process. Olive oil on your salad dressing, olive oil on your salads. Do you really think that the olive oil that you're buying is real olive oil? Well, it's very likely, very likely that the olive oil that you are eating is cut with canola oils and other type of oils, because there's not enough olive trees in the world to supply the current olive oil appetite in the world. Okay, so yeah, be careful. Also, olive oil, if it is extra virgin olive oil and it's only olive oil, you're not out of the woods, because if it's in a bottle, it's oxidized. You're better off buying olives, crush it into your salad, and then it won't oxidize. Eat it right then and there. No leftovers. No leftover avocados for the vegan people. Avocados oxidize as well, just like the browning of apples. I've noticed that apples don't brown as they used to. I've seen, yeah, it's funny. Anyway, and so especially with potato people out there, skin off, process it and boil it, whatever, eat it in one sitting, no leftovers. Okay, to avoid risks that way. Okay, so if you're worried about processed foods, packaged foods, and that sort of thing, well, look at what else is processed. Okay, so if you're really serious about unprocessed foods, I've seen a couple of people eat raw meat on social media. That's unprocessed, right? And the vegans are probably eating more processed stuff if they go into the nut meat and no meat and the vegan bacon, all that sort of thing. Not many vegans do that, and it's one of the only sections in the supermarket that didn't go bare during the pandemic. Anyway, so processed foods is part of our civilization. If it wasn't for processed foods, our food wouldn't be so cheap. And then, it's so cheap, and then that's why we have obesity. But wait, obesity happens is because our food supply chain is impaired. It doesn't have the minerals that we need to ward off pica, cravings, obesity, because the ash practice is gone from 140 plus years ago. 3 million dams in the world have effectively mitigated seasonal flooding. Those two means were the way we used to get, unknowingly, we used to get minerals into our soils. That is gone. We're only pretty much getting NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium in our produce, because that's in the fertilizer. And where's all the other 57 minerals that we require to make the vitamins, the amino acids, and the essential fatty acids to work in our cells? So, and we don't understand all the processes. We've got 13 mainstream essential minerals. There's in fact 60. Okay, while we're waiting for the number 14 to be deemed essential, just take all those 60 minerals, because our bodies contain 60 minerals. We also need boron and selenium is essential. Silica. Our bones need. There's 12 minerals, but there's a few minerals in there that aren't essential, but we need to take them in because our bones are made from those from those minerals. Okay. Yes, that's right. So whatever you're touting of process this, process that, you're still eating processed foods. It's part of civilization. It's what's making our food cheap, comparatively speaking, in the history of the world. Did you know that Middle Ages a cooked chicken in today's money would cost around $350? Go down to Costco, $7, or in the big town here, about $14 for a chicken, which I don't eat anyway. So there's a comparison. So even though, oh my goodness, $20 a kilo for ground beef, well, it's still the cheapest that we've ever had it. Okay, so a good way to keep down the effects of processed foods on our physiology, it's bad. There's cost of calories coming in, and then which is way down comparatively speaking historically. Okay, then we can do the Health 44. This is where my regimen comes in. Health longevity happens when you do the Health 44. First for the 44 is take away 90+% of the supermarket, mainly processed, glutens, oils, sugars, nitrates, gone, and bring in those 4 categories of micronutrients. There's 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids. That's 90 declared essential micronutrients. In a short time, once your villi absorbs more, especially getting off the glutens, chronic conditions, diseases, obesity, gone. And understanding digestion as well, not eating before your meals, 30 minutes during and 90 minutes post your meals. Just a guide. An ounce here and there is fine. And salt intake, increase your salt intake for even better digestion. Yes, simple as that. Salt is also processed, especially when you fortify it with iodine. I had iodine issues, iodine deficiency issues, goiter and all that sort of thing in the 1920s or whatever. And then they put iodine in the salt. And then iodine was the last mineral that became essential in 1950. We're still waiting 75 years for another mineral to become essential. Just take all the 60 minerals. So I think I've made my point. Yes, a little bit clumsily and that sort of thing, but a few little insights are important to know about. So thanks again. Until the next time, hopefully. Bye-bye.